What's going on, everybody? Today in this video we're going to be talking about the number one best reason, in my opinion, why you should move to the Dominican Republic or work remotely in the Dominican Republic. Before we start the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment a question or a comment. If you have one towards the end of the video, it'll definitely support the channel and keep it going. So most people who travel to the Dominican Republic already know this reason, but I personally feel like this deserves its own separate special video since it's highly advantageous. If you've seen the other videos on my channel, this should come as no surprise to you on why this is my number one best and favorite reason on living in the Dominican Republic. So the number one reason on why you should move to the Dominican Republic or work remotely in the Dominican Republic is you can stay in the Dominican Republic as long as you like, as long as you pay. So that means that if you're one of the countries in the world that can travel visa-free to the Dominican Republic, you can stay as long as you like in the Dominican Republic, but it all depends on your length of stay. So depending on your passport, most countries usually give you 3 to 6 months visa-free to spend as a tourist in their country. And then after those 3 to 6 months, if you're still in the country without a residency or a citizenship, you risk being illegal in the country and dealing with different immigration issues. So Dominican Republic's immigration has it set up that depending on the amount of time you spend in the Dominican Republic, there's a fee attached to that amount of time once you exit the country. You basically have to pay an exit tax, departure tax, and technically you're overstaying your tourist visa in the country, but the Dominican Republic's immigration is fine with that as long as you pay a fee when you leave. So technically you can stay visa-free in Dominican Republic for up to 30 days, but after that 30 days, if you're still in the country and you decide to leave, you have to pay a fee to leave. And immigration has a spreadsheet, or basically like a list that has different prices attached to different amounts of time you spend in the country. And it goes from 30 days, the shortest amount of time, up until 10 years. So like I said, people do this all the time. There are people who own houses, land in Dominican Republic and aren't legal residents, but they just take advantage of the overstaying visa situation. And it's advantageous because Dominican Republic also has its own residency programs and citizenship programs. But depending on your situation, how much money you have, you may not want to go through those programs. You may not be able to afford those programs. Whatever your situation is, this is a good workaround to living in the Dominican Republic. People that don't want to do the residency programs, citizenship programs, but want to stay in the country, test it out, see how they like it. You can just show up and spend as much time as you want in the country, as long as you're aware of the fee that you have to pay when you leave. And you can do this as much as you like. There's no hard feelings at the airport or with immigration. When you pay the fee and leave, you can come right back and do the same thing again and just pay the fee when you leave again. So as long as you pay the fee, that's the main point I want to get across, you're good. So yeah, I'll show you a quick look of the spreadsheet right now. I'll also attach the link to this law in the video description below. So as you can see right now, here's the list and the law that shows each length of stay and the prices that are attached to each length of stay when you leave. And you will pay this price after you go through security at the airport. And keep in mind, these prices could change based off the conversion rate with your home currency and the Dominican Republic's peso. The only thing I don't like about how they have this set up is the only true visa-free and payment-free amount of time you can spend in the country is 30 days, which is really short compared to other countries and how they typically have 3 to 6 months visa-free. But all in all, I think this is a really good idea for people who don't have those residencies or citizenships and really just want to try living in another country for a little while and seeing how it is. So I hope you found this video helpful, and keep this in mind when you're trying to choose where you want to move to or what country you want to work remotely in, because a lot of people who haven't been to the Dominican Republic aren't aware of this fact that you can stay for a really long time in the Dominican Republic compared to other countries' programs. And this is no strings attached as long as you pay a fee. And Dominican Republic is a really nice option to have. It's a really great country, so don't sleep on it when choosing where you want to live abroad in or work remotely in.